Hi and welcome back to my home studio slash bedroom. If you're new here, my name is Vanille Debray. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, film music composer. But today we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about synth pop, general, nostalgic 80s sounding music. I made a synth pop track and it was so fun. And there were surprisingly not that many elements that needed to go into it to give it the classic sound I was looking for. So I thought it was really interesting and I want to show you how I did that. I hesitate, but I get ahead. Stick around for tips on layering synths and adding interesting dynamics and how to make drum beats more interesting if you are like me and you have absolutely no natural inclination for beats and rhythmic patterns. I'm going to show you some cheat codes that make things sound like you know what you're doing, even though you secretly don't. I always want everything. Alright, so how do we do this? Where do we start? Where do we go from a blank Ableton page to having a full, nice, fun song with a classic sound? The answer is always the same thing for me. Use a reference. Find a track that already sounds like what you want to make and just break it down, identify all the little parts that are in it, and then make similar parts for your track with different harmonies, different rhythm, whatever. Make it your own, but it is so helpful to just get an ingredient list. When it comes down to it. So I have a reference. I put it in its own audio track in the session so that I can go back and forth. Reference. It's cute, it's cheerful, it's upbeat, it's simple. We're gonna learn what's inside of it. So first thing I noticed, huge, which I completely ripped off, this melody line, which is a synthesizer, goes right on the top. Amazing, so cute. Second thing, there's a sort of pad going on in the mid-range, just a sustained sound, which is also a synthesizer. Cool. There's drums, just the classic kick, snare, kick, snare, with some hi-hat probably. And that's like a drum machine, drum sample, whatever. Next thing is their bass in here. Yeah. Cute. Okay, so we have a top line, a pad, a bass, drums. There are some other things I'm hearing in the high end. Little bling bling sounds. La, da, da. That's another synthesizer, really up high, very discreet. There might not be anything more, honestly. Let's get to work. Let's start to make a song with those elements. So, first things first, the Prophet, my best friend. Yes, I'm gonna be using this synth to make the sound because it's so classic and cheesy and I love it so much. It sounds like this. It's kind of close. Okay, so it's not the exact same sound, but it's the same vibe. If you don't have a Prophet emulator, there's the cherry pad on Ableton, which you can mess up. This is what it sounds like when you don't do anything to it. Which is kind of close. Let's make it more square. That's closer still. The amplitude takes too long to arrive. So I'm gonna go in the amp. Close enough. So you can use that if you want. I'm gonna change the key. I'm totally stealing the top line from this, but it's fine. I made a whole different song. Adorable. I hesitate, but I get ahead. Next, the pad. So I'm using the Prophet again because I have it, and it's just such a classic 80s, early 80s sound. Like in The Air Tonight, the Prophet is heavily featured. Some Madonna, Michael Jackson, a bunch of like cool stuff from the time. And so it just has that nostalgic sound. Literally kept the same setting. Cool down the pad. Oh yeah. So, let's go an octave down. Cool. Next, the high up bling bling ding ding bop, just like ear candy fun stuff. I'm using the property. I'm gonna add some more really high up, subtle little just drops of sound that are like sparkles, and I'm gonna do that with just a classic keys sound. Also add a pad, another pad, just to round it out. Maybe with a different setting this time. Adorable! Okay, we're in dire need of some drums. Percussion! So, like I mentioned, I'm not great at percussion and rhythm and stuff. But first of all, in the reference, the percussion is really simple. It's literally just like a electronic drum kit going doom ch, doom doom ch. So that I can probably manage. And then that was boring. So I went and found some drum samples online and did a trick to help him out. I'm gonna show you right after. First of all, the main drums I use are just this regular Ableton drums called choral kits. They sound like this. Incredible. Then it gets interesting. Found another like groovier sample, and this is my pro tip. So the sample goes like this. Sorry. What I do is I select a little bit of it and just move it, I don't know, 1 beat, 2 beats down, and then just do that again. You can just copying it over. It just switches the pattern around so that you get a little bit of syncopation. Look, it's a little bit more interesting. So now we have the synths and the percussion. I'm going to show you how it sounds in the chorus. Chorus. What's going on here, you ask? I found some cymbals and I put them on the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I added dynamics to the chorus by putting all the synthesizer pads in a group, and I automated the level of the group. Yay! Next up, vocals. It's the song. I'm gonna sing on it. I hesitate, but I get ahead. Find a way to keep my edge. Adorable! What's going on in the voice? I put a snare reverb, which is maybe ridiculous and a bad idea. It makes it so bright and cheesy, just like in the 80s. There's a voice double. I just sang the exact same part with the exact same timing and mixed it in lower. It adds just a little bit of presence, and then a whole bunch of backing vocals, which honestly are not very much in tune, but I spent so long retuning them and removing all the sibilants, and I made it so much worse. The previous version, without all the changes and with all the imperfections, was actually better. So that was tragic. I had just mixed it and edited it to death, and it sucked. Like, it was no longer fun and whimsical and natural. That's your pro tip. Don't spend too long obsessing over every little detail, because you might actually be killing all the authenticity that's in your track. Oh no! All the backing vocals are so out of tune, and I don't even care. It's better that way. I always want everything, but that's not how it goes. I need a minute here to hold on and find out. Last thing, not proud of this, honestly. I played the bass line with my bass, with my roommate's bass. It's not a very good bass, and I just plugged it in straight into my interface. And then I try to fix the sound a little bit. EQ, compressor, an amp from Ableton, some distortion, another amp. This is a mess. I mixed it in kind of low, but I wanted something to be a real instrument in there. And I think it doesn't totally ruin the track.
I need a minute here to hold on and find out, 'cause I always...
The structure is interesting. I made a palindrome. Because why not? So there's a really quick intro. And then verse.
I hesitate, but I get it.
Chorus.
I always want everything.
And then bridge. And then chorus again.
'Cause I always want
So
everything.
we're going back to the start.
And it's not how it goes.
Then he goes to the verse, slightly modified.
I hesitate.
It's the same chords though.
I get ahead. I meet like
And then
I'm gonna win everything.
there's a little section in the synth, which is the intro, which plays again. Bam bam ba da da yeah. So it just goes. It's just. Why not? And there's a 3-beat pause between the bridge and the chorus because why not?
I hesitate.
If you stuck around, congratulations. The song is available online. If you want to hear it and support me, you can by buying it on Bandcamp or listening to it on the platforms. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this was helpful. Let me know if you like to write in this style of music, or if you have done it, or if you want to do it, and if you try with my instructions. Totally let me know what the result is. Hope you're well. See you soon. Bye bye.